Hey besties, today we are doing a cracked Easter egg design. But first, let me welcome you to our YouTube channel and make sure you check out all our social medias on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, you name it, and click that subscribe button before you go anywhere else. Also, check out our website and our Patreon. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to be using a 16-ounce wine tumbler from the Steel Magnolias and some washi tape. We're going to start by creating the cracked egg part using our washi tape and just kind of go around your tumbler making random irregular points around your cup kind of to give you that cracked egg look. Don't even measure, just kind of go wherever you want to go depending on what size tumbler you're using. I'm using a wine tumbler, so I want to make sure I have enough room between the bottom of the cracked egg and the top for my decal. So if you need to rearrange it, that's fine, but it'll all come together. Next, you want to grab your exacto knife and kind of trim those little edges, and as you trim, you will be able to see the design. Okay, now we are going to use pop of color in the color lamb's wool. I decided to use this white instead of like a pure white because, you know, an eggshell is not completely white, right? So I didn't want my white to be stark white. And as you notice here, you may notice that on the top I decided to do the crack egg thing too, but I'm gonna scratch that, so don't even pay attention to it. I actually like deleted it, didn't even show it because it didn't look good. It didn't look good. Just trust me on that. Okay, next we are going to glitter it. I'm going to be using Flurries by Peachy Olive Glitter and some good old devil's glue, also known as Mod Podge. So I'm going to apply my Mod Podge around my cup where I painted it. Also, I didn't mention this, but I did 2 coats of pop of color, making sure they dried completely between each coat. And then now I'm going in with the Mod Podge really quickly because this stuff dries so fast, and then applying my glitter. I did 1 coat of glitter, but if you see that your glitter needs 2 coats, absolutely go for it. After glittering it, you want to immediately remove your washi tape. You do not want to leave it there for long, or you can peel off some of your glitter and then it'll be a mess. So as you notice, like I said earlier, I did do the top part, but I did not like it. So I just waited for it to dry and then I picked it off and cleaned it off with alcohol. After you're done removing your tape, you want to seal that glittered part. I use Mod Podge to seal it and then wait for it to dry, and then it was ready for the next part. Next, very carefully, you want to paint the rest of your tumbler. I'm using pop of color in the color lemon meringue, and I did 2 coats, making sure that each coat was dry before I went in with the other one. I wouldn't recommend more than 2 coats. Usually 2 coats is plenty, but this color was a little translucent. Plus my brush was old, so it was a little streaky. Anyway, because it was streaky, I added a little paint to my UV resin. I'm going to be using UV resin to adhere my glitter for the top part. I just like trying different things. I could have used Mod Podge. If that's all you have, then absolutely do Mod Podge. But I mixed a little of the same pop of color into my UV. I probably poured in like less than 5 ml of UV in there. Didn't even use it all. I used my little spatula to get those little corners and then my finger to spread it all around. Now the first color I'm going in with, it's called Techno and it's by Peachy Olive. It is a chunky glitter. It's beautiful, super flashy neon yellow. I absolutely love it. Because it's chunky, sometimes it leaves a little bit of cracks, so I grabbed another color from Peachy Olive in the same colors, but just a very fine cut. I believe it's called Lemon Heads, and I just sprinkled it all over. Take your time. You're using UV, so it doesn't cure until you put it under the light. So after you have it all glittered up, then you want to cure it under the light. I usually cure for about 5 minutes, spinning slowly. Make sure you rub it, make sure that your glitter's not moving. That's how you know it is ready to go. Once you have it cured, then you're ready for the next part. I am going to do a thin coat of UV over my glittered part. Just very thin, kind of more like a sealer. That way my glitter doesn't move and travel down to the white part. And then after this step, after I cure it for about 5 minutes, then I'm gonna epoxy it all with FastSet, and then it'll be ready to decal. If you do not have UV or do not like working with it, you can always seal it with Mod Podge and it works just fine. Just make sure it dries completely before you epoxy it. So after this step, I epoxied it once with CCDIY's FastSet, and here it is. We are going to sand it. That way we can get it nice and smooth for our decal. Make sure you sand that rim and the bottom and then wipe it off with some water. So this is a little hack right here while I'm cutting my decal. I just put all the different colors on the same mat. That way I don't have to be changing mats. I don't know if it's a hack. I thought it was brilliant, but I'm sure it's been done many times. But I figured there was maybe somebody that hasn't thought of it, so I thought I'd put it in there. Anyway, I got this decal from Etsy. I will link it in the description in the comments, so make sure to grab it. It's a cute little duckling. She also has little chicks and bunnies. There's just so many cute little things. So I cut all the pieces and now I'm layering them on top of my tumbler here. I thought it was maybe a little bit too big, but then I kind of liked it. Like, it kind of looked cartoon. Obviously it's cartoonish, so I thought it was super cute. So do all your layering on the tumbler. Since it's big pieces, it's usually not that hard. So I decided that I was going to use some vinyl stripes to line my little cracked egg part. I feel like it makes it look more clean and finished, and plus if your lines are a little wonky, this kind of hides any imperfections. I'm using some Cricut textured vinyl in the color silver, and I cut them in the size 0.05, and just work your way around the tumbler trimming it. It's really easy, it just takes time. And here she is, she's ready for epoxy. So I'm gonna apply one more coat of FastSet epoxy, and I'm gonna add a little bit of glitter additive to make it all shimmer, the decal part shimmer. Plus I just like adding additive. I feel like you can't go wrong with more sparkle. So I did one coat of FastSet, and then I did my last and final coat with regular CCDIY Artist Resin. Make sure after you apply your epoxy, you are torching it to remove all those bubbles. Make sure that you do not stop in one place. Go really, really fast, kind of like what you see here, and let it dry completely. And look how cute she is. I'm super pleased. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and it inspired you to make your own. And there's so many possibilities. You can do a little chick, or you can do a little froggy, or a little duckling, or even a little bunny. I don't know. The sky's the limit. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much to our Patreons. Thank you for your support. It means the world to us. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out all our other videos, and follow us on all the social medias. See you guys later.